Hey funnel builders, so Mike here, obviously. What I'm going to be doing today is talking through how I create a monthly plan and then turn that monthly plan into weekly action items. I think the biggest problem is that we often have a lot of goals and we say, I want to generate $100,000 in sales, or I want to find 15 new customers. But the problem is then in actually equating that into actionable tactics, so things that actually make a difference within our business. So this is not me teaching you necessarily. I'm just going to show you what I do, and I'll kind of talk through that process. I need a few more pens. And the deal is that this is pretty open and exposed and raw. So the first half is going to be me doing a monthly plan. I have a 12-week plan here. I tend to work in 12-week segments and intervals. I have a 12-week plan, so it's kind of over 3 months. But at the beginning of the month, and it's kind of the beginning of the month now, I do the monthly tactics. So what am I going to do this month? Because then what I need to do is turn that into actionable tactics to go into the week. So first of all, I'm going to do what it is for the month. So a few goals for the month. Now, like I said, this is pretty transparent. Okay, so some of you might see some stuff that you don't particularly like, and maybe you think I'm giving either too much away, or maybe I'm showing too much of my business. So I'm exposing quite a large side of this. By the way, this is for all the businesses that I run. Okay, so I personally have 2 businesses. I'm the chief marketing officer of another business, and I have a couple of other customers who are high enough levels that they require their own work. Otherwise, it just kind of goes into a content slot. So who have we got? Who are the big players? Got Sell Your Service, got Devon Digital, got MeBox, got WP Elevation. Now here's what we do. I will now put down the overarching high-level must-complete priority goals. Now here's the truth. This is going to shake up at some point. I'm having a real hard think about what it is that I want to do. A couple of these are going to be dropped potentially, maybe at least one, definitely one, but I just don't know where yet. Because if I've got 4 priorities, I haven't got any priorities, and that's the truth. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to first of all write down my priority, then the necessities, and then I'm also going to have my overall necessities for the month. Okay, so things that I know happen every month and will happen every month. So for Sell Your Service, February, it'll probably get about 30 customers, or 30 members, I should say. Devon Digital Design, I just want to get the new site launched. For MeBox, do you know, the priority here is relaunching. And for WP Elevation, we've got a bunch of stuff for these guys going on. Let's see, we've got the podcast. We've got, now here's the thing, right? For Sell Your Service, having 30 members is not just the only thing that I need to do, right? There's a bunch of stuff that I need to do, but the reality is that's the priority. That's the overarching goal that we need to do. We need to generate 30 members a quarter or a month or whatever it is, or 30 customers. For Devon Digital Design, overall on my 12-week plan, I want $5 a month. Now we're about halfway there already. $5 a month in recurring revenue, about halfway there. For Sell Your Service, in total, we want to help 1,000 businesses grow and scale their business. I want to have the podcast back up again. There's a ton of stuff, but we have to prioritize. Otherwise, nothing is going to happen. If I don't prioritize, nothing's going to happen. For WP, we've got the podcast. I've got Miami. And this is the thing, you can already start to see that that's a lot to do in a month. Even if I dedicated 1 week for each, I'm already, a week out. And there's the growth talks that we've got. For MeBox, we've got our email campaigns. Dev and digital design, getting the site live. I think I've done all of the posts already that I want to launch with. And for Say Your Service, we've got coaching, of course. That happens no matter what. I've got a new course coming out. Bloody hell. Now this happens every February, right? That's sorry, every month, every week even. So that doesn't matter. That's going to happen anyway. I don't know if I'm going to get a new course out. It's just unlikely to happen. It's just not going to happen to get a new course out. And to be honest, this is probably going to take a backseat as well. What else have I got? Because what we do, right, so I now write these down as kind of the 3 things that I want to do. And then we split that into 9 tasks across the month, right? Now, I think WP Elevation can go in some other places, because at the moment, the podcast is blocked out interview time. I don't have to do any strategic planning for that. Although we do have the new courses coming out. Although I don't have to, that's fine. I don't have to worry about that. Because I don't need to do any strategy or tactics for that. We've got our designated times and that's when we do that. So that's fine. That's not a priority. That's not a priority. That's going to happen no matter what. That's cool. That's fine. These things, however, essentially, I'm the leader for these 2, and I'm one of the leaders for this. Maybe this is how I should prioritize it. WP Elevation, I'm not necessarily the leader for. There's a big team of us, and we work alongside that. That's going to happen. These 3 things, however, I'm the leader of these 2, and I'm the CMO of this one. Okay. Now, other than that, what else is going to happen? I'm going to have my meetings. I'll have to answer emails. I need to go to training. I need to read. I need to learn some stuff and go on all the courses that I've signed up to. And what we're doing is basically building out a plan for all the stuff we want to accomplish in the month. And then what that does is allow me to go, okay, well, what are the tactics for doing that? So for Say Your Service, tactics are actually what we're going to do. Now, this is a point where we can brainstorm. Now, we actually brainstorm all of our ideas on how to do that earlier on. We do that in the 12-week planning stage. So at a higher level, at our 12-week planning, our 3-month plan, that's when we brainstorm our tactics. So I know the tactics that I'm going to use already. But if you were doing this for the month, and you can do this at any point, by the way, don't just use the first of the month as the excuse. Start planning for the next month. You would write down all the tactics that you think are possible and then just eliminate the ones that you think aren't going to work. And that's the thing, you have to test it. Sometimes you don't know. You don't know what's the best one's going to work, okay? Coaching I'm going to get rid of because it happens every week, and email campaign I'm going to get rid of because that's actually one of the tactics. Cool, so now we've got 3 priorities over the month. So that's email automation, coaching. Cool. So let's give these a bit more space. Okay. So tactics. Free coaching, which I'm sure you guys know about now. We've got 8 exclusive coachings for people who join up early. I've got a product launch formula funnel, which incidentally then needs me to create, oh no, because that's going to be in March. So that's fine. That's fine. I don't need exclusive coaching. What I do need is to promote the free coaching. I need soft launch emails. So what content outreach is emailing and talking to people who have got blogs. So this is where you get your backlinks, you're sharing your guest posts, having people guest post on my blog, getting people to email it and syndicate it on their curated content newsletters and stuff. So there's a bunch of stuff here that we can use. And this is this month, okay? In fact, again, some of this stuff happens every month. So content outreach happens every month. Writing content. You see the list of stuff just grow. I haven't even planned the week yet. This is just a month. Writing. So writing content. We've got a book that's being written. There's the building, the business diary. Now, a lot of these are long-term tactics. For example, emails and communications, I guess, so comms. So those all lumped together. What I'll do is every day I give myself about an hour to do my emails and comms, which is answer all of my emails and then also do like my Twitter responses, replying on Reddit, replying on Facebook, trying to bulk a lot of that stuff together in hourly blocks throughout the day. But these bits here, there's going to be soft launch emails, which I need to write. This pen kind of sucks. I need to promote the free coaching calls. And there's the soft launch emails. And that's probably about it, I think. Cool. For Devon Digital Design, to get the site live, I need to finish the growth page. I had a check over it today. I've got the blog page done, contact page. And I need to sync MailChimp with Devon Digital Design. So I need to get on for stuff like Opt-in Monster, SumoMe, all of those things need to sync to MailChimp so we can start collecting email addresses and automating that. Now, bearing in mind, I have not, in this one yet, got the our launch series. I haven't got an automation series written out because the reality is this is probably going to take me a lot of time. Now, let's say that these two things take me like 45 minutes in and I find myself with a bunch of spare time blocks. There's no reason why I can't then later on say, okay, we'll start writing your automation sequence. You know, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But the reality is I would rather over-deliver at this stage on a lot of the work we've got. Relaunch, I need to upload. So we've written a bunch of emails. We've written our launch emails. I need to upload them into SharpSpring. For the relaunch, I also need to make sure that the book, we've got a book, which is kind of like a lead, it's a lead magnet basically, but I'm gonna, that needs to have its landing page done. Actually, let's put automation emails here, just in case we do get it done. So upload to SharpSpring SS, not happy with that. Upload to the SS, as you do. The landing page needs to be completed. What else have we got? We need to start sending the emails. So send emails. And then again, we've got a bunch of stuff on the plan for that. We've got and what's my content outreach this week is to use broken links. So our content outreach is broken up into stages. 1 week it's asking people to shares. The next week it's getting backlinks. The next week it's getting a guest post, and the fourth week it's getting an interview, and we just repeat that. But for MeBox, for example, we've got webinars that we're going to be doing. We've got an entire launch sequence. We've got a consultation package which we've got to write up. Now, we've written a huge amount of this content, but the reality is I need to sit down and plug it in. And to be honest, this is just kind of the boring stuff. So there we go. That is our monthly plan. Those are the goals. So MeBox goes live. Now, of course, I also have my current obligations. So, current obligations is coaching and support. For Devon Digital, we've got a few customers. The majority of them are on recurring payments now that's outsourced, so I don't have to worry about them. But I do have certainly one new project which needs to allocate time to it. So I need to go over the project plan for that and allocate the time for that. But we've also got 2 new projects coming in. Which I need to take care of. One of these is also one project. And I think we've got 2 or 3 coming in for this. Now, basically what this means is I obviously know this, I'm not going to go into too much detail on, but I know what the project plan is and the scale is and the time scales for this bit. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to have to allocate time to that. Now what we'll probably do is allocate these ones like 2-hour blocks at a time, and just work through those stages. So this has got a to-do list basically, and we just keep that in our project management software. So this is all the stuff that I have to get done this week. So these are necessities. These are always going to happen. Okay. Now this seems like a lot. Okay. Except for ironically, these bits up here, you maybe think, well, that's not a huge amount to get all your stuff done. These are the highest value, high tactic things that we could think of. We had stuff like PPC and landing pages and remarketing stuff, but the reality is without this stuff first, none of that's going to happen. These are our current obligations per sector as well. So this is how we will plan our month. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sit down and I'm going to plan my week, basically. Cool. So I will see you on the next video, which is going to be on how I plan my week every single week.